Join me this October where I'll be celebrating Halloween. 31 zine reviews in 31 days. Joining me will be my friend Beanie. Hi, welcome to another edition of Halloween. With me, as always, is Beanie. Now, I've had a few complaints about Beanie being a little bit freaky, but Beanie, what do you have to say about this? If you say so, well, very big of you. Today, we are going to be looking at Darkness Moves by Perplexing Runes, which should be a very familiar name to a lot of OSR fans. It is an adventure in the Cairn system. So we did Cairn was featured earlier on in Halloween. So I'll put a link to that above here, there. And we will dive into Darkness Moves. Now, I haven't fully, I've only flipped through this, so some of it is going to be new to me. I'll probably make mistakes, but away we go. Let's look at the back. Often the back is actually a really good spot to learn from Perplexing Runes. Thank you for picking up this effort of mine. It is my first extended adventure, a level 1 to 3 adventure to supplement Cairn, taking place in a dark, mysterious place known as Violet Valley. All art and text is mine, with a few instances of friendly input. And Hexen term is a public domain art. And the Hexen term is public domain art. I've not seen that term before, Hexen term. Well, that doesn't surprise me. That's very possible with me. Good luck on your adventure in Darkness Moves. So once again, text and art by Perplexing Runes. My foremost thanks to my wonderful wife, supportive, kind, and the first person I run to with new things I make. This book wouldn't exist without the inspiration I found from reading the excellent game Cairn, the feedback, help, and some editing I received from its generous author, Yohai Gal. So other thanks to Tam, Aiko, Caverns of Heresy, LFOSR, Jean Verne, Ava Islam, Ben Milton's Maze Rats. So almost a who's who in the OSR there. Perplexing Runes, Darkness Moves, very evocative art, fantastic artist. Here is a hex crawl of Violet Valley. Got the mountains, a cairn, couple pits. Looks like a moated thing there. We'll learn more about this in maybe the village there. So this is, the green is the territory of Hasek the gnome. And we have tiny abandoned shrine on the road leading into the valley. You find in a small wooden crate are 7 intact candles. So I guess I should say spoiler alert at this point. If the party spends a respectful moment in the shrine and lights a candle or leaves some other homage in deference, the party is immune to corruption. Corruption is when a PC suffers corruption, they decrease their will to stat, or their will stat by 1 for the duration of the adventure. While afflicted with corruption and a PC fails at will save, decrease their will stat as an additional -1. Corruption can be removed by drinking Hasek, the gnome's brew, on Bog Island. Here's a table of contents. We have the overview, encounters, bestiary, the beast, the who, Argol village, Hexaturum, regional locations, Veiled Woods, Fever Tome, and items and herbs. So we have, I'll just read the first paragraph of the overview. Darkness Moves is a low-level adventure to use with Cairn. The setting herein is the Violet Valley, a tucked-away region resting between craggy hills to the west and north, deep forest to the east. A desolate, though serviceable road leads to the southern point of the valley, reaching the middle-sized hamlet of Argol. The adventure describes a series of blighted, grotesque, and mysterious activities. The valley and its locations are depicted on the map in the 3-mile hexes. Though travel may not take long, dark rain is continuously falling, causing the fields and forest to become soggy. There are no roads, but sometimes faint footpaths tracks and paths become muddy or flooded, the referee should decide which encounter table to roll on based upon the terrain, distance from the town, and narrative need. Cool. So there's a bit of an end game here. We won't go too deep into that, but I just wanted to kind of give you a sense of the adventure. There is a table of rumors here. I suppose you could roll on it, hence the numbers, or you could pick from it. So let's just see on the D12, number 3. An outbreak of witchcraft is rolling through the valley once again. Let's do one more rumor. 12. Argol is a place of great silence except during the festival, when many bells are woven into costumes and clanged as a means of vanquishing demonic spirits. Cool. Then there's some hooks. Once again, there's probably a D4 there. There is a travel encounter, which is a D20. So let's roll that. I got a 6. Thorny vegetation clings and cuts at the party. Damage to packs and clothing. There's some forest hills encounters and bog plains encounters. And then it's got some items that are on the map. If I look back here, you can see between. Number 1 is Argol. Number 2 is the Veiled Woods. Number 3 is the Brackle Falls. Number 4 is Bog Island. Number 5 is the Berry Field. Number 6 is the Witch Cemetery. So that's what I thought was maybe a moat, but it's a witch cemetery. Number 7 is a Heinrich's Shack. Number 8 is Cleric and Fever Tome. Where's 8? Up there. Number 9 is the Black Heart. That looks like the pit. And number 10 is the Fresh Spring. So you've got these different areas with more detail. Here's some bestiary. Grassed, exhumed villager, the Brackle. I think I've seen that perhaps in I can't remember. We just did a review of one. I think I saw that same image. And Perplexing Ruins does offer some of their art in their Patreon, so you should check that out. The Grop Eld, the Raven Wilt, and some wolves. The beast itself. And so here is a table that you can looks like make your own beast. There's aerial beast, terrestrial beast, demonic entities, large predator. Here's some of the features, so you can roll 3 times on that. So let's go ahead and make a beast. You can roll 3d6 for each ability, which we'll maybe skip that, and 2d6 plus 10 for hit protection. The monster base is a D6. 1 to 3 is aerial, and 4 to 6 is terrestrial. So let's roll and see what we get. Number 4 before it flipped. So that is terrestrial. So we skip to the terrestrial, and then once again, it's a 1d6, and we get a 2. It is a bear. Well, that's ironic. Everybody, the old saying in the OSR, everything's a bear. So it is a bear, and then the features. So roll 3 times on D20. You probably can't see that, but I just rolled a 20. So that's prismatic and a 5, matted fur, and a 16 is spewing. So cool. They have a 1d10 tactics. So 2 is to stalk. Their attack is a spell and a claw. And then let's get some flavor involved here. Number 5, they can teleport instantly once HP reaches half value to a nearby location, which is 3 rounds away. Cool. So that's if you ever need a beast, this looks like a good table to create one. Here is some of the NPCs that you might encounter. I'll try to read it. Often I find difficulty reading some of the more decorative fonts, but I'll try my best. The Sheriff Stilton, Laszlo the son, maybe. Alma the midwife, Blacksmith Redmayne, and Sassam, I think. He looks pretty cool. Here is Argol Village, and so you have the different parts of it: the derelict shrine, the mayor's manor, the town center, abandoned house, Hexenterm, tavern, Alma's hut, the blacksmith, and the stables. Hexaterm. Following the Mayor Klug's departure, the people locked his cruel son Laszlo on the third floor. Long a bully, the young man was protected by his father's influence, but now the cost of his effrontery. Oh, why do writers do that to me? Okay, effrontery has come due. Continual and near violent harassment of the herbalist and midwife couple two kindly women responsible for countless births and healing in the village has stirred much resentment and anger amongst the residents. So in order to exact punishment, it was agreed the tragic and haunted nature of the tower was preferred to direct violence, as the lack of bruising would allow the people to claim ignorance should the mayor return. Some rumors claim Laszlo is the only one who knows his father's whereabouts, and furthermore, the only one with knowledge of the horror plaguing the valley. Laszlo's shrieking, sobbing can be heard throughout the day and night. So here is, looks like the Hexaterm insides. The Black Heart, which it looks like that pit, 200-foot deep, steep sides, requires climbing gear. Nothing is known of the cave at the bottom. Upon first encounter, it's half full of water. It appears vicious and black. The Witch Cemetery. Recently, fear and panic hastily acquired blessings are permeating the valley after it was discovered by a reluctant and distant relative on a recent sojourn to the site that several graves appeared to be exhumed. The poor man was so terrified by what he saw that the number of disturbed graves was not noticed. So there's lots of graves in the Witch Cemetery. The Berry Field. So they have a blackberry trade and for liqueur and dyes. And there's the smells of rank wetness and rot. Bog Island, a muddy island covered in swamp shrubs, dead trees. The Fresh Spring. The spring trickles from the rocky cliff edge. The clearing is calming, restful, and may not be the location of encounters. The water will dissipate instantly if placed in a vessel of any kind. A drink from the stream will restore D6 hit protection 1 time per visit to the hex. Cool. The Veiled Woods, slightly different art style there. So it's got different sections: the holloway, the ravine, the boulder, the cave, the surrounding, and that's about it for the Veiled Woods. So here is the Fever Tome. That looks pretty cool. This is nice white on black design. Spike pool. Spoiler alert once again. Clarice's Tome. And who is Clarice? Clarice, I should have said that. So there's the different areas: the entrance, the spiked pool, slit pit, confounding door, altar and berries, passage, and Clarice's Tome. Minor treasure. So there's a treasure table, major treasure table, and plants and herbs. And then on the back, here is Beatrice II. Looks like just some interesting items that you can apply into the game. Cool. So once again, Perplexing Ruins, Darkness Moves, a Karen adventure. Check it out. And once again, if you have not entered the Halloween draw, we have a $200 store credit at Exalted Funeral, as well as a Long Winter from Luca Reyes and Rune Cairn from Odin's Beard. And we also have a Forbidden Psalm pack, which is a mini Morkborg miniatures game. And so there's the game and 2 setting or adventures. And we will be adding probably some more. So be sure to register at daikugames.com.
Happy Halloween, ladies.